Alright, welcome guys to my next video. This video is going to be going over the top 5 comps for patch 10.9, and these comps are in no particular order, although it's kind of an order. The first one is probably the strongest one for this patch, and then it just goes down from there. Um, I'll give you statistics, facts, and placings for this, as well as the items that I think you should be using. This last patch, I just went nuts. I just started boosting myself through all the ranks, so I did pretty well last patch, and hoping this patch is going to be better. If you want a patch breakdown, just let me know down below in the comments. Otherwise, a like or subscribe would be greatly appreciated, as I'm just starting out. It's my second video actually. Alright, so we're starting off with this comp right here, which contains Mana Reaver, Valkyrie, and Chrono. Now this comp is sure to be one of the highest achieving compositions for patch 10.9. So by using this comp, you want your Aurelia and your Kayle to be your main hyper carries, with the likes of Lulu being your main support. That's mainly because Lulu will allow for an increase of magic damage done to enemies and their champs. So this composition allows for a huge Chrono buff, with the likes of Katadin and Ezreal. That would be absolutely destructive for the enemy team, as it will hinder their performance by stopping them ulting. And by using this, you are most likely guaranteed a top 4 finish, as 94% of the time this comp gets into the top 4, and whilst having an average placing of second. So for your carries, I highly recommend having the Rage Blade and the Rapid Fire Cannon for Kayle, whilst on Aurelia having an Infinity Edge and a Guardian Angel, and finally on Lulu having a Seraphs and a Spear or Shojin. But whatever you do, you can just mix and match, but just make sure the items you're building fit for the champs you're using. Going into the next comp, this is my favorite comp of patch 10.8. This is what pushed me 2 ranks up, and what we got is a Vanguard sniper build, and using this comp it is crazy deadly. So what I would recommend for this build, you would have your Poppy, your Mordekaiser, your Darius, your Jace, your Karma, your Ashe, your Jhin, Wukong, and Lulu. And your main carries here would want to be your Jace with the Morello. So we just chuck a Morello into Jace. Also on Jace, you want to have Ionic Spark. And your Jhin is also your other hyper carry. These two perform very similar. Basically, your Jace, you want him to use his ult as much as possible and have as much damage as possible with his ult. So onto the Jhin. What you want on Jhin is an Infinity Edge, and you also want a Guardian Angel. And if you're super lucky, you can also put on the Runan's Hurricane. Finally, once again, Lulu. Lulu is one of them underrated characters. What you want to do again, put a Spear of Shojin on her, as well as having either a Chalice of Favor or a Seraphs. That way she can just ult as much as possible. And the main pros of this is that it has a 93% chance of going into top 4 with an average placing of 2.3. So most of the time you'll place around second or third. Coming into the next build, we got a Blaster, Brawler, Mercenary, and Starship build. Now this build is very friendly for those who are trying to build up economy, and especially because this comp has a huge amount of health, and it relies on having a strong front line and a very powerful backline. And who you want to be your hyper carry in this is your Cho'Gath with Morello and Ionic Spark. That way his ult, with a massive range, he could do so much damage. And you also want your Jinx to have Giant Slayer and the red buff, because once she gets her ult, she procs her ult, that's it, she goes crazy, she goes ballistic, she kills everyone. But that's just the hard bit, getting her to get her ult. And finally, you want your Misfortune to have a Seraphs and a Quicksilver. That way, once she gets her ult, which is going to be very soon, as the game starts or the round starts, because of Seraphs, she's not going to get stunned or CC'd, crowd controlled, so her ult stops. Because whenever she gets crowd controlled or stunned whilst using her ult, her ultimate gets stopped. Now this composition right here boasts an 89.2% top 4 finish with average placing of 2.5. So you'll come around third most of the time if you use this properly, and that's it. On to the next one. Alright, so coming on to the next comp right here, we have the Dark Star Sniper comp. This comp is crazy OP if you know how to use it, especially because you're going 7 Dark Star. But that will give you an insane amount of 25 attack damage or spell power, so your ults and your basic attacks are going to hit much stronger. It has got a slight nerf in this patch, but I still believe it will be one of the top rating comps. So what we have is all the Dark Stars with the addition of Ashe to give us a Sniper, as well as a Lulu to give us Mystic and Celestial, so we can get healing. And what you want to do with this comp, you really want to either 3-star your Shaco or your Jhin. Those are going to be your hyper carries. But either way, both of them are going to be using Infinity Edge in order to get higher critical hit damage. Your Jhin, you really want Guardian Angel. You can also chuck a Bloodthirster on Jhin, especially because that's going to heal him as soon as he gets knocked out and he comes back alive. On Shaco, you really want Infinity Edge and Bloodthirster. You could also chuck on a Rage Blade or a Rapid Fire Cannons just so he gets his ult much quicker, which is going to do the damage. And finally, what you want is Lulu. And Lulu, you just want to stack her with items that way she can use her ult on as many champions as possible, whilst giving her once again the Shojin or the Chalice or Seraphs. This composition right now is actually boasting a 2.7 average placing, so you average around third most of the time. But it has a top 4 placing of 85%. And this is taken over 580 matches, so it's a tried and tested comp that is sure to work for you if you know how to use it properly. Okay, so coming on to the last comp right here, we have the Star Guardian Sorcerer comp. So for this comp, what you really want to do, you want to focus on Star Guardians first, that way you can get more ults off. Then you want to start on Sorcerers. But whilst you're building Star Guardians anyway, you're going to start building Sorcerers, so it's a good kind of duo because they build off each other. Anyway, for this comp, you really want to 3-star your Syndra. She is super OP if you can 3-star her. You want to chuck on a Chalice or a Seraphs as well as a Jeweled Gauntlet. That will do insane amounts of damage. Then you also want to have a Nico with a Quicksilver. I cannot stress how important Quicksilver is. That will make her just stop getting CC'd right at the start. Allow her to ult and stun everyone, so everyone on your team can start using their ults and start eliminating the front line. Finally, you also want to try get at least level 2 Velcros with a Morello or a Morello and Nico, just so you can do a bit more extra damage and you can stop healing on the enemy team, which is kind of a big problem for this comp. However, this comp is amazing if you get a lot of mana tiers. So a lot of these things right here, a lot of tiers of Goddess, they are amazing. Just focus on making Chalices of Favor and Seraphs, and you'll be golden. Alright, I want to say thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you watching, especially if you made it here to the end. Like I said before, a like or subscription would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to try post a video at least 3 times a week, maybe 2 times a week. I don't know. Especially since lockdown, I have much more time. And I really play this game a lot, especially on my phone since it's come out on phone and mobile. So, yep, thank you for watching. Appreciate the support. See you in the next one.